Hi everybody. First thing, as you can hear, I'm not English speaking by default, so please bear with me, I will do my best. So today I will introduce you to Sydney Hunter and the Sacred Tribe, which is one of the games we do at Collector Vision. It's going to be our first C64 game, and it's going to be out soon, as you can see, around February, March, I would say. I can't tell you a proper date yet. We are not filled up with that. So, cool thing about Collector Vision, I will explain afterwards the story of it, but back in 2015, we bought 3 old brands for us to use. So we bought Acclaim, the infamous LGN, so maybe some of you know from the bad Nintendo NES games, and XCD. XCD was more an arcade game provider. Okay, so we decided to publish this game under XCD because this is the first official release for an old computer. So the team is composed of 4 people. Me. Andrea, which is the developer, is in Italy. He's been working on many games. We'll show you afterwards. Saul, who does the graphics and music, is in the UK, also a great guy. And Tristan, which is a friend of mine, that did the cover art you just saw before. He's a comic book teacher at the CEGEP in Montreal. So I asked him because I knew he was good, really good at these kind of things. So about Collector Vision. Collector Vision was founded in 2008 by Jean-François Dupuis. He was by himself for about, I think, 2 years. And then he was joined by Toby Santoba, which is more like he was taking care of the shippings and the financials and stuff like that. And John Nestor was the last to join. You maybe know John also as Gamester81 on YouTube. He's quite a famous YouTuber, and he's part of the 3-team core of the company. Since that date, we've sold around 12,000 copies of game, all combined, all platforms and everything. Everything was shipped by hand, of course, and assembled by hand. Cartridges mostly. Floppies one time, because we did already a TI-99 game, but it was a very small amount of games shipped for this game. We've been publishing and developing games for 30 different systems, retro and modern recently, because we just had the development kits for the Switch and for the Xbox One and for the PS4. So there's a Sydney Hunter on his way for this platform currently. We are only publishers. Sydney Hunter is the only brand, I would say, that is ours. So we always outsource everything, but the brand is ours, so Sydney Hunter is really a character belonging to Collector Vision Games. It was at the beginning a flash game inspired by Montezuma's Challenge on the C64. And Jean-François loved it so much, he bought the rights from the guy that did the game. And so now we can use Sydney Hunter everywhere we want. That's about the story. So about people working with us are coming from all backgrounds, and they are from South America, Europe, North America, they are everywhere. We've worked with really good people that did really great games, so that's the good part of it. And also as publishers, sometimes people just come to us and they say, I have a project, I have a game, I can present it to you, I would like you to publish it for me because I don't have any means of building cartridges or having the box, etc.
Before you turn that, you say 13 different systems, retro and modern.
Yeah.
Can you name which of the retro ones you do for it?
Yeah, in television, Coleco Vision. We do also Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, NES, which one? Atari 2600. I must have missed some. I can show you afterwards. I must have missed some, but NC64 of course now.
Was that your first game with the 64?
Yeah, that's the first game, and that's when I came in. because I've been with the company only for 2 years about. Knowing that all the people that work for this company are most of them doing that on the side. It's not it's not a first job. Of course, we can't do really money with that. It's more passionate thing. And I've joined because I met Jean-François several times. We became friends. I built their new website from the ground up. They have a proper shop because they used to sell only on forums and via email, so it was a pain to manage. So I built an e-commerce platform for them, so now all the sales are coming through the website. It's easier for them. Mostly for Toby because he manages the packaging and the shipping and everything. And I was the only one also to love old computers, and I was always telling them we need to do an old computer game because I'm fed up with consoles. So we had a proposal. We met OneX, which is the main coder of the game, and one thing leading to another. There you go. So presenting a bit the Sydney Hunter series. So I told you we have 4 different stories. I'd like to say stories, but they are completely different games in the gameplay, in the stories, in everything. I would say the most simple one that would be closer to what was done on the first 8-bit system would be Shrines of Peril and Sacred Tribes, the one I will show you today. Caverns of Death was released on ColecoVision, but NMSX not yet. It's almost finished. But the SNES version is finished in Genesis 2. It's a more advanced game, and of course the modern version of Sydney Hunter is not released yet, but it's a very advanced platformer game. It's really different from the others. But still, it reuses the Sydney Hunter character and all the world that surrounds him. So you can see on the right 2 different covers we did for other versions. I didn't put all of them because there are many of them.
Is the MSX going to be MSX1 or MSX2?
MSX1, because it's really more like a basic 8-bit game. The MSX version is done. It's been in the works for a long time. It's been done by a Spanish guy. I forgot his name. But so for now, the television and the ColecoVision sold quite a lot of copies, and it's like our famous game in the catalog. We have plenty of other games. Many of them I don't even know because they come in, they are followed by other project managers, project leaders, and they come in and there you go, we have a new game in the catalog. So we have many coming in.
The one down there, Caverns of Death for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Now that looks like a Super Nintendo box.
Because we will release it, every games we do, we release them in the physical box.
Yeah.
As before.
Is Nintendo not unhappy with that?
So the unofficial version, I would say, is we don't care.
Okay.
But
So they tell you to stop.
Nintendo, you have to work in a way that you do your thing,
Yeah.
and then you wait for the backlash. I think you have to do like that, because when you try to contact them, you never have an answer, ever. We tried several times. Well, I wasn't there, but I know they tried for some other games we did, and they have good lawyers, because when they know something is happening, they are here. But when you ask something, you don't get an answer. So. It was, of course, quite difficult also but it can be done because it's done now, but quite difficult to find the molds, to redo the cartridges and stuff. People had done it, so we could find someone that can rebuild the PCB exactly for the Super Nintendo. It's done also. It's quite a job. Cartridge version of any game is always, but now we have several templates for many things, and we can reuse them as much as we want. So before I go to the game, I just would like to show you what, if I find my mouse cursor, where you go. I just want to show you, sorry, yeah. So This is what Saul Cross worked on in his career. Saul is in charge of the graphics and the music. So you can see where he has a roster, yeah, right?
Wow.
So it's mostly music, but he's worked on many, many games. I won't cite them all because it's just endless. And he's very famous on the scene, and he's a very, very fast and efficient worker. And this is, oh, I was unsolved twice. Oh, sorry for that. For Waynax, which is the coder of the game. If I've got Wi-Fi, yeah, okay. So Waynax, you see, has got the Montezuma Panama Joe. He's a fan. He's got like around 6-7 games around done already and published on cartridges, including at RGCD, which is a big publisher in the UK. And he's also working on other games I've talked with him about. Maybe we will publish them, but we work with independent people, so they might decide not to publish with us. You know, they could go to someone else, but we have a good relationship. So it might happen we would have like maybe 2 other games in 2018 for the C64 with him too, because it's a pleasure to work with him. And also, yeah. So that was I wanted to show to you. Okay. Let's go back to that. So about the game.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Oh, question. Where? You've got a question?
What exactly is the MSX though?
The MSX. The MSX is a computer. It's a Japanese. Well,
Is it like a fantasy console?
No. It's a
No,
computer.
standardized.
It's a standard that Microsoft Japan put in place, and you had to have like a certain amount of memory, certain type of chipset, graphics card, whatever. And many companies did their own MSX, and there was 4 generations: 1, 2, 2+, and
Right.
Turbo. And yeah, they are very good machines, very impressive machines. Not the first generation, not so good, but the second one was really good. Okay, so back to the game. So Sydney, for the plot, a quick plot, Sydney was kidnapped by a tribe who has troubles finding their diamonds. They lost all around their place. And so you have to help them find the lost diamonds in order to advance in the game. It's done in several steps throughout the game. So in the game you have 100 rooms to visit. It's a very simple gameplay with a single button. You just have to jump. You don't have to fight. You don't have to throw arrows, knives or whatever. It's a jump and run. You just have to avoid the monsters and go with your way and pick up the diamonds on the way, of course. The original feature I've asked for in the C64 version, since we have a keyboard and more, keys, we have an interactive map to show you where you're at in the game, because you have to go through all the 100 rooms without dying. You have 5 lives to do it. So if you get lost, you can just press F1, it would see a map and show you where you are, and would show you the rooms you have already discovered.
If you die, do you go back to the beginning, or do you?
If you die, if you lose all your life, yes, go back to the beginning and start again.
Oh.
So you have to be very good to finish the game. So we have 8 different type of monsters, but that's for now, because we may add maybe 1 or 2 more, not sure yet. Amongst the things you will encounter, so there are quicksands, which are not programmed yet, so I won't be able to show you, but yeah, okay, they will be there. Spike pits, fireballs, and many more things to bug you all around. For the technical part of the game, so again, that's something I pushed for. Originally, the game was meant to be in 160 by 200 in multicolor mode. It was not good enough. I thought it was a bit ugly because it was, not high resolution enough. And Soul Cross is so good that he made a really fine job on doing a higher version with less colors, with more restrictions, and the result is really nice. Up to now, Wenax wrote 8 sorry, I'm tired. 8900 lines of assembly code. So the game has no basic whatsoever, it's just pure assembly. And yeah, he's doing a great job, and he's working in CBM Studio on Windows. And we do back and forth testing between the Vice, the emulator, the real hardware, NTSC, PAL on his side. We get to have to test it on C128, but I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. This is the map of the game. So it might be the only time you will see it, because I'm not sure we will show it again. But this is the full map. This is what the kind of graphics that we received from Seoul to work with. So the game starts on the top right, of course. And you speak with this little guy here. Oops, he's here. And he tells you what to do. And then you go on your way. I would say that about every 20 rooms, I'm not sure anymore, but about that, you have a certain amount of diamonds to collect, and every 20 rooms you will find a new trap guy that will prevent you from going forward if you didn't collect them all.
Is he also a checkpoint? So if you
No.
lose a single life?
Well, when you die, yeah, a single life, you restart in the room you died in.
Okay.
So you don't restart from the beginning. It's only when you die
So-
definitively. Here are a few sprites, so you can see also the work that has been done on all the animations of Sydney, fire animations, all these rolling scrolls that are a bit annoying, you will see. They are not in the game yet, but we have snakes, bees, rats, bats, and that's it, and all the components to build all the different parts of the game, walls and vines to climb and ladders and etc. And the character set on top and the diamond on the bottom. So I will show you the game now a bit for a few minutes. Oops. We don't have sound here, right?
Wasn't
Do we have sound?
It should be connected to the amp, I think.
We don't have much volume, so we got sound before.
Yeah.
Is that?
Let's see, because there's no sound out until now, so.
Oh, you can actually turn the volume up on the projector.
Okay. So sorry for the lead time. Okay, there should be sound now.
There is volume on that thing somewhere.
Brightness.
I don't think it's in the menu.
It's not in the menu. It's maybe if I just press. No. I don't know. I'm sorry for that. That's a shame because. Oh. Wasn't plugged in. So we'll try to make no noise because should it go to the end?
Sometimes we've had it connected like that. I don't know how we've connected it to it.
Good idea. Ooh.
Analog.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be. There you go. So the game is about 85% finished. So some things, there are no really bugs, but some things are missing. Some things don't work. There's, for example, there's a set of doors. I will show you. The doors are not done yet. and I received a new version an hour ago. So that's the latest version. And he also told me that even though the fast load is written on the front page, it's not active yet. That's why it's so long to charge, to load. He told me he will activate at the end of the developing to be sure it doesn't bother anything. Okay, it's a bit crushed, but it's okay. So here you go. So when the game will be finished, this guy will talk to you and tell you what happens, what's happening, and what you have to do. So what annoyed me the most in the low-res version is the flames were not good looking. The flames were like, mishmash of something that was not good. So, and it's the thing that gives the life in every room. The heat of the thing. So the quicksand you are supposed to, slide down, but that's okay. And it helps you sometimes because you can avoid monsters with it. This is the doors I was telling you about. So you can go to that door and be like changing level because this door goes down a level. You saw all the rooms in the map before. The door just gets you down one level, never more. Of course, the spikes makes you die. The bats also, and everything that moves. Anyway, I want to show you the cutscene for the end.
You missed the diamond, by the way.
So we have to go around and find all the diamonds. Some ways are blocked, of course, and you can see other things happening there, so you tell yourself, oh, I must go around and find another way. Some places also will make you die, and after a certain amount of time you will die, you will understand that you can't go through here. So you have to go around, and it's the tricky thing that you have to understand by yourself, most of the things. So you see the door, if I went to the door up, I would have gone down here, directly.
Nice death animation.
Yeah, so you see, for example, the kind of things we have to check is this ball is a bit offset to the right. So we have to make it go a little bit left because when you land on the platform, it kills you instantly. Kind of things we have to check. I'm a bad player. So this is the ending, and we have a special guest. Panama Joe is on the right from Montezuma's Challenge, and he's the one taking care of Sydney back to the realm of living people, and telling him he will help him go back and start his adventure again. So I want to point out that is Waynex, the coder, that insisted on putting that because that's one of his favorite games. We wanted to do some kind of,
Homage.
yeah, homage, exactly.
What game?
Montezuma's Challenge. It's a similar game from the 80s.
Why does that happen?
Because it's loading back to the menu.
Yeah,
Because I'm
but
dead.
that just looks broken.
Oh.
I was playing the game and then I saw this and I was like, oh crap.
No, it's
It's a little spinning loading indicator.
Yeah.
It's a people pacifier.
Yeah.
It's
So-
something's going on.
This is what I can show you about the game. Wait.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
What's the
Airship.
when it's working?
Well, you go down, you slide, you jump to get your way up.
So it never actually kills you. It
Yeah, if you go down to the bottom,
If you're not paying attention, it's
Yeah.
kill you.
just- okay.
it kills you.
So you want to keep jumping.
Yeah, so you have to punch a lot.
Slowly starts to eat you.
No, there's
So that's the game.
and then it gets attacked.
I can't really show you more because
You won't buy it.
and I'm a bad player anyway. So. Damn it. Okay. Go back to the. Okay. So that's about it for this quick presentation. Anyway, you can play whenever you want at my table. If you want to play further and find the bugs for me,
So
it will
did
help
you say
me.
you bought the rights for the name Exity?
Yes, that's what I explained at the beginning. We
Yeah.
bought only
For
the rights for
games
the
as
games,
well,
but not no, the right for the name, but not for the games.
Right.
Because it was way more expensive.
Why of all marks LJN? I mean, seriously.
You have to ask that to Jean-François because it's like
They make the worst games ever.
I know, but it's the love you can have.
Landmine for Outer Space is so bad, it's good.
It's the love we have for bad things. Sometimes it's so bad you like it.
Yeah.
So.
They're not.
And I suppose that we didn't have any, I don't think we have any LGN games yet, because it took like almost 2 years to have the rights. It was a long process, a slow process. And the company is in Canada, and some rights were in the US, so it was yes.
How much should we be looking at for the cartridge copy?
So I will tell you an approximate price because I don't have my prices yet for the cartridge cost, but it should be around 50, and the floppy version should be around 40. And there will be a digital version by itself also, which will be way cheaper, maybe around 15, maybe or 10. And also the cart and the floppy version will come with the digital version anyway. Okay, and we will try to add some more goodies to it. So for sure there will be like a poster, maybe some postcards, some little stuff with the premium card version. The floppy version will be more regular, but should have a manual anyway, a box, everything.
Right on.
And you saw already the cover at the beginning of the box. The box is being done as we speak in France by another guy we know that does the boxes for us. And that's it.
You sell through your website, is that how?
Yeah, exactly. So you can go to the website. The pre-order should happen around Christmas, I suppose. I should have some answers about cartridge and stuff before that. And you can follow us Facebook or Twitter to know what happens and when. And you can also go to the website, but the website doesn't have any news part. It's only a shop and descriptions of games, of course. And I can show you the website quickly if you want to, because I had opened it for that. That's the website. So you can see some of the games we've done already. And I wanted to show you the systems on the website, the old systems. So this is the systems we do games for. Well, the games are sold actually currently on these systems, but it doesn't show all the systems we are working on right now because the games are not available for now. So, for example, on Intellivision we have many different games, and yeah, that's it. And anybody who wants to build a game and publish it is welcome to contact us, and we can help publishing and doing all the marketing stuff, and all the stuff that coders usually don't want to do, and I understand. Yes.
What do you use for your modern games?
Sorry?
What do you use for your modern games?
We have the dev kits. We have the Switch dev kit. We have the Xbox One dev kit, and the PS4 is on its way, I think.
So you do it like, directly using your own C++ engine? Or
Yeah,
you use, like, Unreal?
I don't know the details because it's done by some other coders on other projects. But yes, I suppose it's. For example, the Xbox One for sure must be in C#, I suppose, the dev kit, because it's from Microsoft, so it should be logical. So I don't know these technicalities.
Why would you choose to make a game for the TI-99 before the Commodore 64?
We didn't choose.
That's a big question.
I don't have the full story, because I wasn't with them at the time. But as I told before, it's people that I have a game, I've done a game, I want to do a game, and can you help us publish it? And that's it. So the guy came in with his project, and maybe the game was already done.
No.
So that's really how it works usually. So this is why I told you, Sydney Hunter is the only brand we have, and we start projects on deciding ourselves we want a new Sydney Hunter game, whereas the other games just came in with people that wants to be helped publishing their games. Any other questions? Yeah.
So are you guys gonna be making like new Sydney Hunter games for just like new types of Sydney Hunter games as opposed to just more different systems? Like different like Sydney Hunter and like Temple
Sequels.
Sydney Hunter and this?
Yeah. Jean-François has a lot of ideas. So we have a lot of games coming. We have other games out of the Sydney Hunter realm also. The Sydney Hunters, we have in fact 2 other brands that belongs to Collector Vision. There is Justice Beaver. It's a beaver with a gun, so it's really quite fun. And it's coming on for I think I don't want to say any stupid things, but I think it will be for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. I think. And there's also what other things do we have? Tiny Knight. It's a small knight. It's another platformer. They have slightly different gameplays and different worlds, of course. Tiny Knight is in its early development days, so I can't tell much more about it. But Justice Beaver has been around a lot already, so we've talked about it, and yeah. So maybe I can show you something. I'm not even sure they've put in Justice yet in. Yeah. It's such a Canadian game. And I can show you a few pictures of the development. Oh, sorry, it's a bit small. It's really,
It really looks like it.
maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. So it's another platformer, but of course there are water levels. Awful water levels, and yeah, sliding on the ice, and regular good platformers like we used to have. And you can see it's fighting with aliens, so everything is normal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Just as it should be.
Yeah. Other questions? No. Okay, so that's about it.
I was just curious, when you went doing the technical specs,
Yeah.
you gave 9,600 lines of assembler, but then presumably all the graphics data is separate, considerate. Like, I'm curious that you expressed the size of the program that way, not
Well,
mention how much.
I know the size of the program
Yeah.
in kilobytes, because I've been working on finding the cartridge for it. So for now it's around 52,
Okay.
but it can become a bit bigger,
Yeah.
because we are thinking of adding some more stuff.
Yeah.
But it should be under 64, by all means.
Okay. Well,
Because
I'm
I'm
just-
looking for a 64K card right
Yeah.
now.
Of which about 9 or 10K is the actual instruction set, or?
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I'm just curious that you decided to.
The graphics
to-
are big. The graphics are obviously the part that made us have a big game,
Yeah.
because we have a lot of graphics, high-res graphics, so it takes a lot of
Yeah.
place.
No, I understand. Sorry, I just it was the way
You wanted to know
I've
the
never
proportion.
I've never seen a program described in that. Well, I have seen a program described in the way, but only ones that don't have any non-instructions components. So it's odd to see that part of it pulled
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can ask, because
No,
I talk with the developer
Is it-
every day on Facebook,
Is
so I
it-
can
is
ask
it-
him, and
I just didn't think about it.
he can tell you. That's okay.
C'est bon.
Okay, c'est bon.